So what if I told you there's a simple secret to building wealth that has, well, pretty much nothing to do with your salary or some hot stock tip or a super complicated budget? Turns out it's all about one fundamental mindset shift. Let's dive in.
All right, so first up, we're going to tackle what's called the wealth illusion. It's a myth that's so common, so widespread, that most of us just accept it as, financial truth.
I want you to just take a second and answer this question in your head. What is your single biggest asset? For most people, the answer that pops up is,
Almost instantly. My house. Of course it's my house.
and that feels right, doesn't it? I mean, it's big, it's tangible, it feels valuable. But what if that core belief, that very idea, is actually what's holding you back from building real wealth?
To really figure this out, we need a new way of looking at things, a simple new definition. So for the next few minutes, let's just agree to forget everything we thought we knew about finance. See, there are really two ways to look at your finances. There's the way we're all taught, with all the complex terms, net worth calculations, confusing spreadsheets, the whole shebang. And then there's a new, much simpler way to think about it. And it's all about just following the cash.
And it all starts with this super simple definition. An asset is anything that puts money in your pocket. That's it. Period. Think of it like a little money machine that you own.
And you guessed it, on the flip side, a liability is anything that takes money out of your pocket. It's like a hole that your cash just drains into. Money in versus money out.
And honestly, that's the entire rulebook for today. It's not about what something might be worth one day on paper, it's only about which direction the cash is flowing, right here, right now.
Okay, so let's put our new definition to the test. Let's go back to that big question, your house. Using this rule, is it an asset or a liability? Think about a typical family home. Let's just completely forget its market value for a second. Just ask yourself this one simple question. Every single month, which way does the money flow? Well, let's see. You've got your mortgage payment, right? That's cash going out. Property taxes, definitely out. Homeowners insurance? Yep, out again. And then there's all the maintenance and repairs. The leaky faucet, the new roof, that's all cash flowing out of your pocket. And all of that leads us to this really powerful and, for some people, a kind of shocking conclusion. For most of us, our house is a liability. It doesn't put money in our pocket, it takes money out. Now, hold on. This doesn't mean owning a home is a bad thing. It's just that by this specific definition, it isn't an asset that builds wealth. So, if your house isn't the golden ticket, then what is? This brings us to the mindset that actually builds wealth. And the secret isn't really about how much money you earn. It's all about what you do with the money you earn. When you look at it this way, the path to financial freedom gets, surprisingly simple. Step 1 is to focus on your income. And step 2, and this is the absolute game changer, is to use that income to buy things that generate even more income. So the real goal here is to build up this collection, this column of income-generating assets. You want to buy things that literally pay you to own them. You create this amazing cycle where your assets are making you money, not just your job. Okay, so let's get practical. What does a real, honest-to-goodness, cash-flowing asset actually look like in the wild? Well, here are a few of the classics. You've got rental properties, right? The tenants pay you rent, and that money goes in your pocket every month. Or how about dividend-paying stocks? These are little pieces of a company that send you cash just for owning them. Or maybe a business that's set up to run without you having to be there all the time. See the common thread here? These are all things that work for you. They're making you money completely separate from the hours you punch on a clock. They literally make you money while you sleep. And that's really the heart of this whole idea. The entire game is to just know the difference, the real difference, between something that takes your money and something that makes you money, and then spend your life buying the things that make you money. It's such a simple idea, but once you see it, it changes everything. So I guess the only question left to ask yourself is, what asset will you buy first?